Hello viewers, new and old, I'm Rodders and this is On The Bridle. In today's show, we're going to be catching up with everything that's happened in the last 2 weeks of National Hunt racing. So, cue the racing news. William Mullins and Harold Kirk have been over to France again, throwing their checkbook around at the Pyrenees. This time they went over and collected Columbus for the grand sum of €400,000. He's in the yellow and black here. He has the average rating of 110 on the flat, and that would equate to 150 over hurdles. He's the surefire one to be looking out for.
Between the pair, they rush towards the line. Pressage Nocturne there as well, but up to the...
Not to be outdone by William Mullins, Stan Skelton also popped over to France and picked up Mette Saint-Thieu. Now, I'm not one to be prejudiced against racehorses and their price tags, but this one was picked up for not €400,000, not €500,000, not €600,000, but €710,000. Her form, however, is quite solid as she was second to the best bumper horse in France, Mondelito Duise, and he is unbeaten.
And this is oh so comfortable for Mette Saint-Thieu and a double for Stéphane Pasquier. Mathilde Berger.
Not content with spending that much on one horse at the Isaac Swade and Meunier sales, he picked up this horse for €520,000. So that is well over €1 million spent at one sales. As you've seen at the start of the video, her name is Mercy Mam, and she does have a nice way of going about her obstacles. She looks more like a chaser than she ever is a hurdler, but I'm not sure she has that much ability. She didn't win this race by much.
Then came Mamoui to Chemise. This is the final flight for Mercy Mam. Mercy Mam over safely from Empiron near side in second. Boystone trying to rally in third. And then Maui to Chemise on the flat here, racing close home. Boystone is trying to get to Mercy Mam, but Mercy Mam has his measure. Mercy Mam the winner.
If you're new to the training ranks, then you need a flagship horse to start off your career. And Ben Clark seems to have been incredibly lucky here with a mare called the Flaggy Shore. She cruised through this race relatively easily. She's already a point-to-point winner, so she's ready-made to go jumping whenever he decides, and he looks to have a very nice mare on his hands.
Couple of lengths as they come inside the furlong, and the Flaggy Shore is beginning to stretch away under Toby McCain-Mitchell and is drawing further and further clear for an emphatic success. The Flaggy Shore, Jolly Dame running on into second ahead of...
Mossy Way turned in the most impressive bumper performance in the last 2 weeks. But it has to be said, this was only a point-to-point bumper, and they tend to be quite weak. He'd run 3 times before, he'd been beaten comprehensively 3 times before, and I'd say take this form with a little bit of a pinch of salt.
Might even be pressed for second at this stage, because staying on behind it, both Tortaloon and Lord Lacandara, who's running on, but racing well inside the final furlong. It's Mossy Way for Pat Doyle and Emily Costello, going to win this by a wide margin, having hardly come off the bridle, just pushed out hands and heels close home. Mossy Way is going to win this in pretty impressive fashion. Mossy Way the winner, the battle for second. Tip of the wings, Lord Lacandara coming through on the outside, could make a contest of it yet. That's close actually. Tip of the wings.
If you cast your mind back to the beginning of the video, this horse, Mondelito Duise, beat the very expensive €710,000 mare, Mette Saint-Thieu. So if she cost €710,000, what does this fellow cost? Because he was winning a Group 1 bumper here.
Beaten record 4 from 4, Mondialito.
Consrock turned in a quite impressive performance in an early season Hunter Chase in Ireland. He beat a horse called Fountain House, who finished in 3rd here. Now, Fountain House is a multiple point-to-point winner and Hunter Chase winner, and Consrock beat him all ends down. He could be a nice one for Hunter Chasers in Ireland, but I don't think he's quite at the level of an Aintree Fox Hunters or a Cheltenham Festival Fox Hunters.
Over from Fountain House second, and west of Carrick, Utree Hill and Bold Fury. Up towards the final 150 yards, it hits Consrock. Coming home to win emphatically is the clear-cut winner of the INHSC supporting point-to-points Hunter's Chase. Made it look easy.
This handsome fellow is the Jukebox Man, and we were up at Haydock on Saturday to watch him take part in the graduation chase against the likes of Iroko and Nappers Hill. Interestingly enough, for Nappers Hill fans, don't be too disheartened by his run. I heard the jockey just get off him and say he needed that. So there is promise in the future. As for Iroko, he'll be going back to the Grand National, where he finished 4th last year. The Jukebox Man is mooted to go to the King George, and he will like that track. He jumped exceptionally well last year in the Quarto Star Novices Chase, and all I can say is he does have a live chance in that race, providing a certain Gaelic Warrior doesn't turn up. That's all I'm saying about that one.
17th and final fence. Now the Jukebox Man is woken up by Ben Jones. 3 lengths clear of Iroko and Nappers Hill. Here's the final fence. The Jukebox Man soars over. Iroko in second. Then Nappers Hill and Mr. Hope Street battling out third. But they're all dancing to the tune of the Jukebox Man. And it could be Kempton next. A dominant...
One Man, Sunny Bay and Molly's Garden. They all have the same thing in common. They were a flying grey. And the one that turned up on Saturday in the Betfair Chase was Grey Dawning. He was on a revenge mission on Saturday against the 2-time winner Royal Pagaille. This time though, Harry Skelton sat quietly and waited and bided his time until Royal Pagaille was well and truly finished. This was very much his Gold Cup, and he was primed and ready to take advantage of any frailties from Royal Pagaille. The scenes in the paddock afterwards were slightly chaotic, with the fans of Grey Dawning shouting, "Who the fuck is Willie Mullins?"
Harry Skelton nursing along Grey Dawning. He's just about got enough in reserve and is now Grey Dawning coming away, and he's reversed last year's place.
Speaking of flying greys, Lossiemouth returned in the Morgiana hurdle, but to call this a grade 1 is a bit of a stretch. I mean, the second favourite is, for all intents purposes, a complete and utter hound. One thing is for sure though, she won't be going back to Kempton this year because Willie Mullins got his face rubbed in it last year by Constitution Hill, and he won't be so keen to make that mistake again with her.
Then in Darwin and Ironsi, they're finishing in single file and well strung out too. It's grade 1 win number 8 for Lossiemouth in the Unibet Morgiana. Another of same for Paul Tannen and Willie Mullins. Second is Glen Kill and Darwin.
Django Bay managed to make a successful seasonal debut over at Ascot. He won quite well over 2 mile 5 here. I've watched the Arkle about 25 times and I can't tell you how this horse won the Arkle, but he did. And Nicky Henderson has mooted him to be going to the King George now. I'll tell you what, if all these horses get to the King George, it will be one royal smash up at Kempton, and On the Bridle will be there to watch what goes down.
From in second position, Gidley Park, Pictory behind those, but it's Django Bay's now at least 10 lengths clear with Nico de Boinville. He wins the Ladbrokes 1965. Second place goes to Gidley Park. Third will go...
Wadu made it 8 wins from 9 runs over hurdles on Saturday. Her only defeat coming at the hands of Lossiemouth. She did win well on Saturday, but she was carrying an awful lot less weight than Celtic Dino. Poor Celtic Dino was carrying the garden shed, the kitchen sink and the shopping, whilst Wadu was carrying literally nothing. We do feel like we do owe you viewers a slight apology about Celtic Dino. We thought he was going chasing this year. It turns out that he's going chasing next year. And when he does go chasing next year, I'm going to require quite a lot of cold showers.
Ahead, she'll make it 8 wins from 9 over hurdles by at least 3 lengths. Woodhoo wins. Celtic Dino second.
Gaelic Warrior and Factophile had their own private version of Queensbury Rules on Sunday in the John Durkin Memorial Chase. Now, I've said in a previous video that Gaelic Warrior is a psychiatric patient, and I stand by that. Some days, he can turn out to be brilliant like this, but on other days, he can stick a pair of underpants over his ears and 2 pencils up his nose because he simply doesn't want to know. Fair play to him on Sunday though, because he did actually turn in a mighty performance. Now I'm going to dig out Mark Walsh for his ride on Factophile. Why in the hell are you sitting 15 lengths off a confirmed 3 mile stayer on a track that he loves, on ground that he doesn't mind, hoping he comes back to you? Now, I'm no jockey, but you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand that if you give Gaelic Warrior a 15 length lead, you're not likely to peg him back without emptying your horse's fuel tank.
From Gaelic Warrior on the inside, they're running up towards the finish. Gaelic Warrior!
Sonic Pioneer certainly knew his job first time over hurdles at Kempton the other day. He jumped very proficiently for the Martin Keithley stable, and it looks like they've got a nice recruit on their hands. He was a Class 5 handicapper on the flat. He looks like he'll go much further than that over hurdles, and he's definitely one to look out for.
Driver down towards the last. Sonic Pioneer heads towards the final flight of hurdles. and again produces a really good leap. Jack in second, Dissident and Parchment, and Sonic Pioneer right from the word go, impressed with the jumping, and is finishing full of running as well. A really taking hurdling debut by Sonic Pioneer for Messrs Redknapp, Salters and Powell, Sean Bowen and Martin Keith.
For those of you who have made it to the end, I thank you very much for being here. We are going to be up at Newcastle for the Fighting Fifth Hurdle to see Constitution Hill take on the New Lion and the Irish contingent headed by Amsterdam. If you want my honest opinion, I'm going to give it to you now. I think Constitution Hill beats the both of them for a very simple reason. Constitution Hill is a speedy 2-miler. The New Lion is not. He's a 2.5-miler. And so is Amsterdam. Speed is what you need on this track, and he has it in an abundance. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are currently at 440 subscribers, and here's a little challenge for you. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers by Christmas, we might just give something away. Who knows? It's been fantastic to have you, yes you, watching. And hopefully we can kick it up a gear in the new year. I'm Rodders, this is On The Bridle. Until next time, stay safe.